not that. Viral edition. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some viral products that you might be seeing all over the internet and what you should buy instead of that product, what I recommend instead of that product. Now, something important to note, this is not a dupes video. I did not pay attention to price point. These aren't even alternatives. These are just products that I like more, that I think are better than what is trending right now. So the thought process behind this is, if you came to me and you were like, I've seen a lot about this foundation, should I pick it up? It doesn't mean it's bad, it doesn't mean I don't like it, but as a friend to you, I would point you out to a product that I like better. So these are just, as a friend, what I would point you towards that I feel is better. And not all of these items are going to perform exactly the same. And in some cases, what is different about them is what I like about them and why I recommend it over what's currently trending. Let me close this earring. So like I said, it doesn't mean like the viral product in today's video is bad, but you know, with all that I've tried in the industry, it's really, really hard for something to become an all-time favorite with all that's available right now. And I'm just here to point you to what I think is the better option. So let's go ahead and get into it, because I want you to buy this, not that. Now, I will be honest, this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Gel Tint is Hold on. Did that hit anything? It didn't. Okay, we're in the clear. Anyways, look at this. Look at this. This is just the packaging. I hate this packaging so much. I hate it I don't care if the best product in the world is in here. This packaging is terrible. It just leaks out. But anyways, this is partially a viral product simply because there's mixed opinions on it. Some people love it, some people hate it. And I actually find this to be quite a unique product because it makes the skin look really hydrated. It gives really nice full coverage. Like, it looks beautiful on the skin in the beginning. My biggest thing about this is it just doesn't wear very long before it starts to break up and look kind of heavy. And then the packaging, just can't do the packaging. And then my final kind of nail in the coffin with this is it's quite sticky on the face. It is based on their grip line. So it is grippy, but my hair grips to it. So it's just not really functional for wear as somebody who has a lot of flyaways in their hair and who wears their hair down. I just don't jive with this product. I don't really enjoy it. So that's why if you come to me and you ask me about this product and if you should pick it up, I would be like, I wouldn't. I think you should try the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint instead. Now, this is the same gel texture that the Milk Makeup has. These are different formulas though. While they feel similar on the skin with that gel application, the Danessa Myricks does have less coverage. I do think one of the beautiful things about the Milk Makeup is the coverage that it has. But when we can't get past the wear time without it looking heavy, I'll forego some coverage for a product that will last longer on the skin. Now, this Danessa Myricks, while it also has that same gel consistency, it also gives that really fresh, just applied skincare look that I feel that the Milk Makeup also gives. It's all around just a better, more reliable product. The packaging doesn't leak for no reason either, so that's also a bonus here. So I would say the main difference in formulation between the two is you do get more coverage with the Milk Makeup, but there's just so many losses from the product that don't make it worth it, if you ask me. If you want that fresh gel-like feel on the skin, that really dewy, hydrated look, you will have a much better time with the Danessa Myricks, and you can also pair this with concealers and such so that you can still get that more full coverage look. But you'll notice that they both have that really hydrated look to the skin, and one is just a lot better than the other, if you ask me. And I will have shades and everything linked down below for you guys. You really need to buy this, not that. When the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer was first revealed, I was extremely excited about it because I am a very, very big Estee Lauder fan. Let me tell you, in terms of their Double Wear foundation, so I expected this concealer to be full coverage, long wear, budge proof, and this just it's just not that. It fell short. It's a little more creamy than I imagined it was going to be, which therefore makes it more creasy. This just doesn't have the longevity. And one of the things about the Double Wear foundation in the first place that I love is that it's one of the longest lasting foundations on the market, and this concealer just doesn't give me that vibe. So I wanted to love this concealer because it does look so smooth on the under eyes. It does give great coverage, but really it creases. And the main selling point for me of the Double Wear foundation is the longevity, and I don't get that with this, which is why I thought the formula was going to be a lot more like the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. So these two are not the same formula at all, but I was thinking that the Estee Lauder concealer, I'm wiping my brushes off in between by the way, was going to be more like this Huda Beauty. This Huda Beauty is what I expected of the Estee Lauder. So this is longer wearing. It's a little bit more matte like the foundation. It doesn't crease, it sets down. I expected the concealer to be full coverage, long wear, a little bit on the drying side so that it lasts much longer. So this pretty much could be labeled with Estee Lauder Double Wear on the front, and this is what I would have believed and expected. So that's why if you ask me about the Double Wear concealer, I'm gonna say no, it's not what you think it is. It's not like the foundation. This will give you more of the results that the foundation will give you. Now to set our makeup, you should buy this instead of buying this, even though you're seeing a lot of it and a lot of people are loving it. Now, don't get me wrong, this Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Setting and Blurring Powder, not a bad powder at all. This is one of their things where it's like, it's a good launch. It really is. But as your friend, I want to point you to the best of the best, and this just simply is not. I put this side by side with many of my favorite powders, and this just, it's not as blurring and smoothing. Now, what I find unique to the formula of this is that it is a little bit heavyweight, which is really good for baking and for more oily skin. And it does look nice and blurred when I apply it, but then I put it next to other powders and it's just not as blurring as some of my favorites. So it's one of those things where individually on its own as a product, it's very nice, I enjoy it, but then I compare it with products that are my favorite and then I'm like, it doesn't compare. It's not the same. So even though I don't have a bad time using this, why would I reach for this when I know that there's better? I'm gonna flip this over. And that is why I'm recommending the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder over the Kosas. Now this is similar to the Kosas, which is specifically why I picked it. It's similar, but it's just better, if you ask me. Now the Kosas has those fun brightening shades, but in terms of the formula, this Makeup by Mario is blurring like the Kosas. It has that body that the Kosas has that I think will make it really great for baking and for oily skin, but it just looks better and lighter and more blurring on the skin compared to the Kosas, and that's simply all it is and why I'm telling you to buy this and not that, because it just looks better on the skin. And powder is one of those products that can be a huge game changer to the makeup. And I don't know if you're able to see this here, but my under eye just looks smoother. It's gonna last longer. And with a combination of this Huda concealer, you can already see a little bit more creasing going on this side versus what we're getting from this side. I'm telling you guys, you're my girls. I'm not here to steer you wrong. That's why I do videos like these. This one may ruffle some feathers, but you should buy this instead of this new shiny toy. So this is the new Dior Forever Nude Bronze. And I will say, part of the reason why I'm not in love with this is because of the shade that I got. The shade range and numbers are a bit out of order, which is silly because I have the lightest shade, but it's actually very dark and orange on me, and that just shouldn't be the case for number 10. But apparently I believe it's shade 30 is a better color for me. Anyways, a lot of people do enjoy this formula, but this is just my own, obviously, personal review. Like, I wouldn't tell you to buy this one. If you're trying to buy a luxury bronzer, I get it. I love me a good luxury bronzer, but I think there's more luxurious, better bronzer. Oh, you can see my bra strap. But I have a better bronzer formula out there for you that I think is prettier, better. This I notice gets stuck, especially depending on what base I use. I don't always have a bad application with it, don't get me wrong, but this costs an arm and a leg, and I just feel like it shouldn't be getting stuck on occasions when you're paying an arm and a leg. When it comes to a luxury product, it should pretty much do the work for you. So if you want to invest in a good luxury bronzer, I really, really love the Gucci bronzer. This has been out for years now. I think the packaging is even more luxe if you're gonna spend the money here. Now the shade range on this one is a little weird too, but I like the shades in this better. And of course, make sure you look up online, lots of swatches and stuff. I'm using the shade 01. I just think that this one has a smoother blend and build on the skin. I think that it applies more buttery. I think that it looks a little smoother. It's just, in my opinion, the better version of the Dior bronzer. So that's just where I stand as your friend. You know, you saw some nice things about the Dior bronzer. You want to treat yourself. I'll be like, no, girl. We got to go to the Gucci section and get their bronzer because it is just so good. Has that light powdery scent. Does the Dior. This one is more fragrance. And it has a bit of a stronger, like, perfumey scent, which I don't mind. I like a fragrance, but this one has more of, like, a soft powder scent as well. But, yep, I like this luxury bronzer better. Let's stay on theme. Let's talk some luxury blushes. Instead of buying the new Dior blushes, which I do like, don't get me wrong. So, like, you know, maybe buy these too. But instead of buying these, if you want the best of luxury blushes, the YSL blushes, baby. These are good. Now, these Dior blushes were just reformulated, and this new formulation truly does have more pigment. And don't get me wrong, like, I liked the original version of these blushes. I think I like this newer version even more because it has more pigment that was necessary. I love the blurred look that these have. I'm not telling you not to buy these, but like if you want a high quality blush that's luxurious, that has beautiful packaging, I do think YSL has one of the best powder blush formulas right now. So let me just finish putting on. I'm using the shade Candy today just because I have a shade from YSL that's a little bit close. But these YSL blushes, they got something. I mean, they have this gorgeous packaging. They're just more soft and buttery. It's been love since first use with these blushes. Like, as much as I like the Dior blushes, I love the colors, the YSL has that little bit of extra luxury oomph that makes it worth spending the little bit of extra money. It's just got the it factor, and that's all I can do to explain it. It applies itself. Gorgeous colors, gorgeous packaging, gorgeous experience. So you're looking to treat yourself to a nice blush. I like the YSL formula better. But if you got a little extra to spend, if you want to buy both, as your friend, I ain't gonna stop you, you know? Now, to set our makeup, please buy this, stick with this, instead of trying the new Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting spray. This is almost so cool. The concept behind this is fantastic, but you can see just from the packaging what a mess it is. So we're really gonna shake this up nice and good. You see that muscle? Yeah. We're gonna shake this up nice and good. So what is unique about this and what might draw you to it, it's this powder infused formulation that's supposed to really fully set in the makeup and blur and all of that stuff. But it's just like there's a malfunction in this packaging. Ugh, it's already getting stuck. I don't want to like mess up my makeup here. Where's the spray coming from? It just leaves big water droplets on the face, because I think there's a malfunction with the packaging, and when it does this, it actually removes the makeup underneath. So I'm trying to be really I hate this thing. I never want to use it. unless videos like this call for it. So there really isn't a setting spray with this concept that has been successful. So I'm just gonna tell you to stick with my OG favorite long-lasting setting spray, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is the one with broken packaging. Hold on. This is a product where no matter how many I already have in stock in my house, I'm always gonna hoard it. I cannot help it. But anyways, this is the world's best long-lasting setting spray. The makeup you put underneath, it's not gonna budge. And I swear to you, the reason that I'm mentioning this setting spray versus the new Huda Beauty, I don't know what magic they put in this, but I swear this blurs my makeup a little bit. I mean, it's not like a game-changing blur, don't get me wrong, but it adds like a softening effect to the face, which I think is what the Huda Beauty was supposed to do. It just wasn't a good execution. So if you want something that does improve the look of makeup, but also puts it in its place, I recommend this CT, baby. So you want a little bit of glimmer shimmer on your eyelids? Well then, please let me not drop these. So you want a little bit of glimmer shimmer on the eyelids, then please see your way to these and not these. And also bonus points, these are more affordable. So right now, Urban Decay, I've seen some ads on these, launch the glazed liquid eyeshadow. And I'm sorry, Urban Decay, if you're watching this, because I know you watch videos. I love you. You have like one of my all-time favorite foundations, but you were also one of the first brands I bought from. But this just, it's not my jam. So make sure you shake this up really, really nice. It's just, this takes a little bit too much finessing for my preferences. They have some pretty shades. I don't love the brush applicator. I feel like it's difficult to get enough product on. And also, only one thin layer is going to be possible with this. The second you start layering with it, it gets crackly and cakey on the eyelids. And I just feel like it never really looks smooth on the eyelid. I'll use it, don't get me wrong. It's not a terrible product. But if you want a good liquid glimmer on the eyelid, I'm not gonna have you shell out that Sephora money on this. Now the catch with this is if I dip again and put it on the eyes, it's gonna get extra crackly. This shade Sunshine Text is gorgeous though, but it just doesn't look smooth. A more affordable option, even though that's not what this video is about, but just a better option overall for the eyelids, are these Moira Prism Pop Pigments, which launched around the same time. And I don't have a color match, so you're gonna have to excuse that. But these, I know it's not the same style of packaging. The Urban Decay is a little bit better, but I kid you not, these apply like an eyeshadow powder. And they dry down almost like a powder, so you don't get that crackliness that you get with the Urban Decay. Just gonna take a blending brush, blend this in, and it works out really easily. You can use a brush to spread it out, blend it out, but I just love how this feels so thin on the eyelid because it dries down more like a powder, so it doesn't get that crackly, weird, thick texture on the eyelid. And they have a lot of pretty shades. Now, maybe not a lot of color dupe shades for the Urban Decay liquid eyeshadows, but these Moira pigments are amazing. If you want some glimmery, shimmery on the eyelid, but these aren't going to crease or get crackly. They are amazing. They set down, and just that powder dry down makes the biggest difference for wear time and layering. So these just perform so much better. Now, it seems to me that everybody right now is talking about the Makeup by Mario Master Mascara, and it's great, don't get me wrong, but instead of buying this, buy the Maybelline Sky High Mascara instead. Hear me out. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been liking the Makeup by Mario. I have. It's nice, it's lightweight, it gives good length and separation to these puny little lashes. It's an overall very good mascara. But for me to want to spend a lot of money on a mascara, it has to be really good because there's a lot of good drugstore options for mascara, as we all know. And this is a little flaky, and I feel like I don't see too many people mentioning this, but I do get flakes when I wear this. I've said this before, it's not like the most flaky mascara. I can kind of deal with the black dots that are on my face, but it's a lot more to replenish a high-end mascara than it is a drugstore mascara. And mascara is an item that constantly is going to need to be replaced. So a newer-ish mascara, it launched a little bit earlier, is the Maybelline Sky High. It's a little wetter than the Makeup by Mario, but this one gives good length and separation. I do think the Makeup by Mario packs on a little nicer than this mascara, but this one just dries a little better and stays more put. But you know what? Sometimes when you do this, you see how much better one side looks than the other. I've never put these side by side, so I like the wear of the Maybelline, but now I'm like, but the Makeup by Mario is looking better. Anyways, am I about to change my mind? Am I about to make a liar out of myself? Let me wait for these to dry and curl them, and I can let you know. Wait, you know what? I'm a liar. Don't buy this. Buy this instead. Bruh. Am I mixing this up with another mascara? Because this Sky High is looking like garbage. Anyways, I'm liking the Prada Scope mascara better than this if we're talking about new launches, but they're different. But anyways, okay. I'm gonna just leave this in because I don't know what I was thinking. I'm still waiting for this to dry so I can curl up my lashes and look a little bit more presentable, even though I have two different eye colors on. But let's move on to lips, shall we? So I have some new lip liners that launched from Charlotte Tilbury. So you might be tempted to buy the Lip Cheat Contour Duos, but trust me, just buy the original Lip Cheats from Charlotte Tilbury. Listen. So these are the new lip contour duos, and I like them a lot. I've been wearing them a lot, actually. So one side is supposed to be more of a dark contoury shade, and then the other side is supposed to be slightly creamier, slightly lighter, something for you to fill the lips in. So amazing, you get that 2-in-1 aspect here. But you guys know I've been a longtime lover of the OG Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats. This is Iconic Nude. Here we have Super Size Me. I love these lip liners, and let me tell you, the formulas between these two are very, very different. So the new formulation, these don't set down. They're more powder, so you can like build them up and reapply, and they're not ever gonna get chunky like the OG formula might get. But the thing is, you don't need to build up the OG lip cheat formula because they last forever. Now these are gonna budge a little bit because I haven't given them enough time to dry, but you see the difference, right? And I don't have issues with formulas like these. And I love the colors of these new duos, but I found myself, as I've been wearing these last couple of weeks, I've just been wanting them to be in this formula because then I don't have to touch up as much. So while I enjoy these, I love the colors of them, I've been desiring the original lip cheats more. So I'm just using the shade medium of the duos. Like, I want the colors in these duos in the OG formula. So that's how I know. I'm gonna put Iconic Nude on the other side. And it's inevitable, at the end of the day, this side's gonna be wiped away. This side is still going to be on. And don't get me wrong, there's uses for a formula like this, but generally, I want to wear a formula like this on the daily. So if you were contemplating the new lip duos, I really like them. I do. But I'm wearing this and wishing it was this formula. So I kind of prefer a longer lasting lip liner, as I'm sure a lot of people do. So that's why you need the OG formula. Ugh, this lash Sky High looks horrible and it's not drying. I think I confused it for the Panorama. I'll insert a photo. I'm embarrassed to have even brought that to your attention. Okay, anyways, I'm seeing these all over TikTok. Instead of buying these though, just buy these. Makeup Forever launched a huge line of these Super Boost lip glosses, and I'm seeing them all over TikTok Shop. But these, I think, are just like a fine formula. I'm deciding what color. That's what I'm working out right now. Yeah, these are just a fine formula. I've never thought there was anything special about this formula. They're a little thicker and a little stickier. Not sticky, but they're stickier, so they have good longevity. I don't really like the smell of these. These don't really fill in the lines of the lips. They have a plumping aspect to them. They're just not worth the money. if you ask me. There's nothing special about these. Nothing that gives that cutting edge Makeup Forever formulation, which is why I think if you want a good basic plumping gloss that has a lot of colors in their range, just like Makeup Forever, look into the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. So these also have that plumping effect, and they have a similar texture where they're a little on the stickier side, so they have better longevity, and they're, you know, gonna plump. So dare I say, I prefer the formula of the Milani too. So that's why I wanted to bring that to your attention, because I feel like I'm seeing these guys everywhere, and there's truly nothing special about this formula. You can get a very similar formula at a much more affordable price that also has a lot of colors in the range. So just go for the Milani if you want to save some bucks. I have the shade Champagne in the Milani and the shade Latte Glaze in the Makeup Forever. Okay, now the final one that we have, I had to put it in here because I feel so strongly about it. Please buy anything but this. Literally anything. This is the new Dior Lip Glow Butter. That is $42 with the most basic packaging, with the light shining through. The product starts here. You're paying for this little Dior charm, which one of you guys suggested to make this like a necklace or earrings to get something out of it, which is a really good idea. But anyways, $42 for this Claire's feeling, Dollar Tree feeling packaging. The formula is fine, nothing to write home about. Good pigment, doesn't fill the lines of the lips enough. Just a basic formula for $42, which is why I'm saying I don't really have a specific product. Just buy any other lip butter formula except for this. Like, I've pulled the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment, the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. I'm gonna use the cherry shade because it looks the closest. Any formula, you guys. The Ole and Summer Fridays are my favorite, which is why I pulled them. Look, same exact look. Just a little under half the price. I mean, the drugstore has lip butter balms that feel just as good as the Dior. So as your friend, I'm slapping this out of your hand at Sephora. No, you're not gonna buy this. I bought 2 of them for science, and I even regret it. Stop it, don't do it. Buy anything else. You're welcome. Seriously, you're welcome. I'm really laughing that I tried to do y'all dirty with this mascara recommendation. No, don't buy that Maybelline. I was mixing it up with a different Maybelline mascara in my head. I have trouble remembering mascaras. This is not the first time that's happened to me. Anyways, unimportant. Regardless, minus the lashes. I like this side better than this side, which is why I just recommend buying this side of products versus that side of products. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Remember, this is just my personal opinion. I really take it serious as if you guys were at the store with me, if I would swap these out of your hands and where I would tell you to buy instead. And it's just a friendly reminder to you that just because it's a viral and new product doesn't mean it's actually the best product that's out, you know? Yes, it might be really good because it's new and exciting, but is it actually really good with what is already out there? And that's the point of this video, to offer you guys what I think is the best of the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I will have all of the shades that I use and everything that I mentioned in today's video, yes, the good and the bad, down below. If you have any other recommendations that you would have in place of some of the viral products, please let me know down below. Let's keep the conversation going. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys, have a good one.